it looks like Nick Saban needs help. He needs some defending.
He does need help. When your knees go out, when you see the road is too high to climb,
right?
I'm retiring, baby. I can't do it no more. You
right.
don't know so.
Right. And I don't think when we were talking, we were too disrespectful to Nick. Would you agree with that? You don't think we were too disrespectful, right?
Oh, not at all. Nick Saban is an excellent coach. He's a good system players. He put on a whole lot of players in the league, but I won't say he the bomb diggity.
Yeah, correct. And we're going to try to break down some of the stuff. Like I said, I think he's a great coach, but I think people took what we were saying the wrong way. Somebody comment, this is sad, disgrace to a legend.
Is there any way you can make that bigger, Brandon, before you read it, zoom in? Because I barely can read it on my screen, so I know they can't read it at the house.
Okay. Let me try to blow it up a little bit. What about there? Is that better?
Okay, okay, that's better.
Okay. This is sad. Disgrace to a legend. He brought Alabama from the dark ages to a dynasty. It is today. He's retiring, blah, 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 blah. I'm happy he's retired. Can he enjoy his life? He's done so much. Like, just defending him like we were just trashing him, right? So let me see if I can find somebody else. Like,
so doing Forrest Gump, Alabama wasn't on top with Forrest Gump was playing for.
But that's one of the things I want to talk about in the slides we got. People act like Nick Saban just came to the rescue of Alabama. Like nobody wanted to play for Alabama until Nick Saban got there, and that's just not true. I think let me try to see if somebody else says something. They were just saying like we don't know we didn't play football. I think one guy was asking, did we play football?
One guy said, do you play in sports? I had to erase my comment. I said, they can't, people go. I swear people hate for no reason. Ain't nobody hating, man.
Right. It's not hate. And I think sometimes people love certain teams and certain coaches and just get wrapped up in fandom, and any kind of criticism is hate. Like we talked about the Cowboys. If we talk about the Cowboys in a logical way, people feel like we're hating or we're just, trying to diminish what they did. No, we're just speaking what we see in our opinion. Go ahead.
And Zeke the Freak, he said they did not make no valid points. I brought up numbers. I brought up the NIL deal. Right. I brought up statements Nick Saban said about Deion Sanders when Deion Sanders was playing at a HBCU. I brought up all that stuff, but guess the American public cannot remember 12 months ago. Once 12 months pass, they can't put none of that information together.
Correct. And like I said,
it never happened. They don't even remember the pandemic.
Remember, right? And they'll kind of go off of what they hear every day on television. And like I say, it's a lot of Nick Saban worship, and that's fine. We're okay with that. But just to break down some of Nick Saban's resume, he has 7 national titles, 6 I think with Alabama, and I think he won 1 at LSU. 9 SEC championships overall. I think this may not be up to date, of course, but it's about 177 wins, 27 losses, 19 bowl appearances, which, like I say, that's a wonderful college quarterback, right?
That's a stellar coach. That's a stellar resume.
This is what you would aim for if you're a college coach. Would you say that? Like, if you can get that, you're up there with the greats, right?
I try to be better than that, but
okay, there you go. Okay. I hear you, and there's nothing wrong with that. And like I say, when you're great, that's what we do. We critique great players, right? Do we critique Michael Jordan? We critique LeBron James. That's just part of it. And some of the coaching career of Nick Saban, Kent State, he was at Syracuse, West Virginia. And these are like, lower level coaching jobs, Ohio State, Navy, Michigan. Like, he's been around. He was a DB, a coach of the Houston Oilers. He went to the Browns as a defensive coordinator, was a Michigan State head coach. He coached for LSU, head coach at LSU, went to the Dolphins, from 2005 to 2006. So he did go into NFL a little bit. It's not like he wasn't trying to ever go in the NFL, right?
Yeah, he went.
Right, and it didn't go well. So he ended up, after leaving the Dolphins, like I said, he was maybe around 500 when he was at the Dolphins, and then he went to Alabama, and he's been at Alabama ever since. So That's just a quick break. That's a quick breakdown of, it's not like he just coached his whole career in college football at Alabama. He moved around. He was trying to go to the next level. Would you say that he tried it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The money right. They need somebody to turn the team around. Right. But the NFL takes a special kind of coach.
It does.
For that level.
It does. And even college football. I would say college football. So let me ask you this, Louis. If I was a high school coach, and I'm the best high school coach in the nation, do you think I should try to go into college and see if I'm as good on that level? Because isn't that the next level? Or should I stay? Go ahead. Because you don't have. Go ahead.
Well, based on what I know, since my brother-in-law is a head football coach.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you. Yeah. So
hey, I can see it from very close. Usually, head football high school player coach, they want to try to win a championship so they could go to a college level.
Right.
Because at the college level, you don't have to teach class at the same time. You can just be a well-paid football coach and don't have to worry about teaching no class.
Yeah, just focus mainly on trying to win football games. I mean, they do other stuff too as well, but
if you watch it, once a coach wins a state championship in high school, they usually go to a college.
Because that's the natural progression, right?
Correct.
You would think so. And like I said, you don't have to do that, but I think coaches are just like players. You want to challenge yourself. Even if you're a college player, if you're great and dominating in college, why don't you go to the league and see if you're still as good as you were in high school? Because it's nothing but more talent, more competition at the next level. Same goes with coaching. And just to break down quickly some of the number one, first round draft picks that Nick Saban has had. He has 39 since I can't see what let me move this
2008.
Okay, 2008 because it's blocking, but compared to Georgia's whole history now, a first round draft pick. So just think about that. That's crazy. That's crazy to think about.
So that if he got that many in that short amount of time,
first round draft pick.
Is he getting the best players, bro?
He's getting the best players. And as soon as he plays with them, they go on first round. Like I said, we talked about some of the offensive lines. He getting the biggest, the fastest, the strongest players. And not only that, but like these are some of his quarterbacks. And they're the first year with Alabama. And look at the winning percentage. And we can already tell, like, I guess when Jake Coker was in college, they thought he was good, right? Blake Sims, when he was in college, he was good. He only lost 2 games. AJ McCarron, he only lost 1 game. Greg McElroy, he never lost in college his first year with Alabama.
I seen him on the sidelines on the NFL game talking. Why he still in the game?
Right, because his offensive line is so good. He has all the time in the world. He has some of the best receivers that are just a second faster than the cornerbacks and the safeties that are guarding him. You can just get yardage. You got a great running back. Running back don't even have to really touch because everybody at the defensive line is held up. So you just a couple cuts, you up the seam.
Oh, I said you remember Mark Henry?
Yeah.
And you remember
wait.
No, what's his name with the Graham?
Mark Ingram. Yeah,
Mark Ingram.
Yeah.
And the person behind him was that Trent Richardson?
It was, yeah, and
Mark Ingram did Trent Richardson,
right.
Did Derrick Henry do for Alabama too?
I can't remember if Derrick Henry, but they have a litany of great running backs. That's a power running back. That's one of my favorite running backs. I remember Mark Ingram, but Trent Richardson for sure, dominant running back. These are hard people to stop. So. Is it going to be tough to beat?
Mark Ingram was nasty in college, Brandon.
Right, and in the league too. He was the real deal. Like
he was pretty good, and he had a long stint.
Well, yeah. He was like a trick back too. Like he was. I think they started passing in the ball, and he was running out the side too. But great running back. So they had great. Well, I ain't gonna say they had great quarterbacks, but they had a quarterback who could throw the ball. Right? Can we say that on a college level? They had really good running backs. They had a great offensive line. So I'm not saying that we can't discredit Nick Saban, but he got it made pretty much, right?
I would say so.
But the thing is, it was somebody coaching before Nick Saban at Alabama, and it's Bear Bryant. And this is what Bear Bryant, I mean, Nick Saban said about Bear Bryant, I still think in my mind, he's the greatest coach of all time. Saban said, I still look up to him just that way. If it wasn't for the legacy of what he did at Alabama, there would be no way we could have the success that we've had at Alabama. So what do you think when he says that? What do you think he means? Do you think he feels like Nick Saban is the blueprint? He built the blueprint, or somebody already laid the blueprint down for him and he just took it to the next level?
Well, they laid the winning spirit down,
Okay.
and he just kept the winning going in the early 2010s.
Correct. And like I say, we're not saying he had the keys and he just stepped in and it was a new, because he has his own system. But it does help when you get in some of the top recruits. And he probably didn't get them first as soon as he got there. But when he started getting them, he really got them. And he made the best out of what he got. And like I said, when you have the top recruits, it makes it much easier. And I think that's what kind of separates NFL from college. Because in NFL, what do? You worry about the lottery draft. Like, you can't just get the top recruits. You can't just pick who you want to play on your team.
If you're decent, you ain't gonna get the top.
You're not gonna get right.
You're gonna get the worst,
the bottom, right? Correct.
Of the top.
So that's the separation between the college football game and the NFL game, which we can still look at the college football as, it's competitive. It's got a lot of great players, but the best of the best is still gonna be in the NFL. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, and let's just do a quick comparison. Like I said, this may not be all the way up to date, but Nick Saban, 256 wins over 25 years and 65 losses. Bear Bryant, 323 and 85 losses, a couple ties in 38 years. Go down to championship, because that's where it all matters. Nick Saban's got 7, one at LSU. Bear Bryant has 6. So Bear Bryant was already getting national championships for Alabama. So we're not saying Nick Saban built Alabama from the ground, because clearly somebody was already setting up the blueprint, getting the foundation right, making people want to go to Alabama to play. And that does matter.
Well, you got to remember this too, Brandon. The record's about the same.
Yeah, it's about the same.
How many professional teams in Alabama? How many do they got? What professional football team they got down there?
In Alabama? No.
Yeah.
None.
Well, how about professional baseball?
None. They don't have
How about hockey?
Probably none. Yeah, nobody's doing that.
Only thing Alabama got is Roll Tide.
Roll
Tide. So all the money, all the resources goes into that $1 billion racket. Here's the thing. Watch this.
Go ahead.
I may sound crazy. You got Cowboys, who brings in a lot of money. Damn near second next to Cowboys, besides baseball teams, is Alabama Roll Tide.
I agree. I agree.
I agree.
That. Right. Because if you think, what there's anything going on in Mississippi?
Well, you got ain't nothing going on Mississippi.
There you go. Right. So we sucking up all the players from around the South, and some of the, like I say, you could go to Florida. Miami was kind of dominant. A lot of people wanted to play for the Hurricanes
in
or the Seminoles.
90s.
But if I'm a big cornbread, buff, and I play linebacker, I'm a lineman. Where do you think I want to go? Who do you think I want to play under? Where if most players from Alabama go in first round, where do you think I want to play? I want to play in right, for sure. That, like I said, that's all we were saying. But with the new deal that's coming in and players getting paid, and you can kind of decide where you want to go in the portals and all this stuff. I think they were saying a player already transferred from Alabama since Nick Saban has stepped down.
What, they went somewhere else?
Yeah. But do you think? I'm not, just because Nick Saban is leaving, I think Alabama still can win a national championship, right?
Of course, you just gotta get the right players, and the ball gotta roll on your side,
right? And just recently they've had the playoff system with college football, because if you think about how in the the college basketball is with the bracket, how many games you got to win to win the championship? imagine if they did that in football. So you have a better chance of just win all your season games, play towards the end, because they just used to do a bowl game at the end and just see. But now they do, the playoff system where it's 4 teams and
correct.
Right. So
the nation got sick and tired of seeing Alabama
right
go there every single year,
every single time,
and it'd be biased how to get to this bias.
Thank you. Right. And like I say, go ahead.
Let's get 4 teams opportunity to at least play.
Right. Don't you think that's fair?
Yeah.
Or should we just Alabama win all their games, so they definitely going to the national championship, and we'll pick somebody else? Okay, they had 1 or they were undefeated too, and it's kind of like Alabama's gonna steamroll you, and you playing Alabama. It's kind of the opposite effect with the Cowboys, and same with Tiger Woods. When Tiger Woods was playing, he was so dominant because the other players was kind of scared of Tiger. He was dominant, but they felt the intimidation when Tiger was on the field. Same thing with Alabama. I feel that they're kind of losing that. Like Alabama's still Alabama, but they know it's okay. Now we actually got a chance. And now when you punch the champ in the mouth and you see him stumbling, now okay, I see blood. Now I'm going in for the kill. And like I say, Michigan has the championship now.
And the reason you could go for the kill, because the system is not rigged. It's more leverage. It's still a little rigged, but it's more leverage now.
And as soon as the stuff started changing a little bit, like you say, that comment that Nick Saban said about Deion, it just showed. You want to talk about hate? You want to say they said we hating? Didn't that sound like a little bit of hate? Or
this man making them $11 million a year.
Right.
Deion Sanders making $300,000.
Right. And who has the most national championships? Why should he feel like he need to comment anyway?
They not even in the same state. They not in the same comp. They completely different. Mm-mm. But he felt he knew.
Yeah, he felt the impact was coming. And like I say, we give Nick Saban his props for sure. But all we saying is the times are changing, and I think it's fair. I think it'll make it more exciting. Like, who wants to see Alabama in the championship or Georgia? Like, it's usually the same teams. Now we had Washington and Michigan in the mix. Like, give other teams a chance. Like, because it don't even make any sense just to have the same teams and just repeating it. It's because they're powerhouses and they can pull more of the best players.
We saw Alabama and Clemson for about 4 years, ain't it?
Right. And remember, Clemson was dominant. Now where's Clemson? They on a decline, and that's kind of the game. Yeah. But at one point they were saying, what's it? Dabo Swinney. He was a genius. He was the super coach. Yeah, he's a good coach, but like I say, it's just you if you can get the good players, you get the good players. If you can cheat the system the right way, you can cheat the system. They were starting to build a dynasty, but it's starting to fall off. The game.
Oh, damn. What? Time that NIL deal came on, that's when we started slipping a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Struggle with Trey Lance. What's the bad Lance?
I know, right.
Long hair.
Yeah,
once he left, that was it.
That was it. And that's all I'm saying. It's more fair. It makes it makes it tougher to win.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I say, I wish some of the people that were commenting would respond to some of the stuff we were saying, because I was just asking them about, like, are we haters, Lewis? Sometimes I feel like that's what people think. We hate Nick Saban, a great coach. We hate black women.
I don't hate nobody. I just tell the truth.
Yeah,
they just try to treat me like I'm Jesus. Throw me off the cliff.
Right.
Maybe I am.
Right. We just trying to state what we see as the obvious, and maybe wake up a couple people feeling a certain type of way.
Thank you for watching. And if you like the content, do not be afraid to hit that like button and the subscribe button. And don't forget to share it out. Man, we got videos dropping every single week, and we surely appreciate your time. And we can't wait to hear back from you. Leave a comment, leave a like, and guys, make sure you have a good day. God bless you. Take it easy.